While I was alone in a hospital room taking care of my dying mother-in-law, my wife was on a tropical island overseas, playing bride for her first love. The whole internet knew before I did. By the time I saw the wedding announcement she posted with Philip Warren, my mother-in-law had already gone into shock. I called Yelena 13 times before she finally answered. "Do you have a death wish?" she snapped. "Why are you blowing up my phone? I'm busy." Then she hung up. An hour later, the doctors came out of the treatment room and told me they had done everything they could. That same night, after I arranged my mother-in-law's body, called the funeral home, and signed every paper alone, I sent my wife a divorce agreement. When Yelena finally called me back, it wasn't because she was worried. It was because she had seen the divorce papers. "Carter Chance, have you lost your mind?" she shouted. It was just an announcement to cheer Philip up. "Are you seriously divorcing me over that?" I looked at the white cloth covering Melinda's body and said, very calmly, "Your mom is dead. I've already handled everything. If you still want to see her, come home and visit her grave." For a second, there was no sound on the other end. Then Yelena gasped, "Mom's dead? No, that's impossible. I was only gone for a few days. Carter, don't scare me like this. I'm not scaring you. I'm informing you." Her breathing turned ragged. "I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't know it would get this bad. I'll book the earliest flight back. Wait for me, okay?" "No need," I said. "From now on, we go our separate ways." "Isn't that what you've wanted for a long time?" I hung up and looked at the photo we had chosen for Melinda's memorial. Even in the picture, she looked tired. For years, she had tried to protect our marriage, tried to smooth over every fight between Yelena and me, tried to convince me that Yelena still loved me deep down. But her last words to me were very clear. "The Liptons have wronged you. Don't endure it anymore. Divorce her." I had wanted to stay for Melinda's sake. She was the only person in that family who had ever treated me like a son, instead of an employee who happened to marry well. But even she had seen the truth before she died. Yelena did not love me anymore. Maybe she hadn't for a long time. When Yelena called again, her voice had shifted from panic to anger. "How many times do I have to explain this to you? Philip is terminally ill. He doesn't have long left. I only agreed to marry him to make him happy. Are you really jealous of a dying man?" It was the same speech she had given me over and over during the past year. Philip was supposedly in the late stages of cancer, and yet he had somehow survived long enough to travel across continents with her, eat like a king, soak in hot springs, book luxury resorts, and post smiling beach photos every week. A medical miracle. I said, "Believe whatever lie helps you sleep at night. I've signed the divorce papers. Sign them and meet me at the courthouse." Before she could answer, Philip's voice came clearly through the phone, warm, energetic, and very much alive. "Lena, wear the swimsuit I picked for you. We're heading to the Springs in 10. Yelena answered him in the soft voice she hadn't used on me in years. "Okay, I'm coming." Then she spoke to me again, impatient and cold. "Stop being so dramatic. Philip is sick, so of course I indulge him. As for the divorce, forget it. I'll talk to you when I get back." The line went dead. I stared at the dark screen for a long time. That call ended more than a conversation. It ended the last illusion I had about our 7-year marriage. I handled Melinda's funeral alone. I greeted mourners alone. I signed the cremation paperwork alone. I held the urn alone. Yelena didn't arrive until everything was over, and by then, I no longer wanted her there. The next morning, I went to work. Promotion season was coming up, and I had spent the past several months fighting for the biggest partnership of the year. I was always the first one in the office, and the last one to leave. My numbers were far ahead of everyone else's, and everyone in the building knew I was the obvious choice for the open CEO seat. That day,